Ladies and gentlemen, and here is the highlight of the Team Developer 6.2 new GUI features, the new ribbon bar. The new ribbon bar is an extremely rich ribbon bar that is easily to build up and very easy to use. It can make applications much easier to use and really helps with application usability. The new toolbar can have multiple button sizes, as you can see here on that screenshot. They can be arranged horizontally, vertically. You have combo boxes, data fields, radio buttons, checkboxes. All these things help you to create extremely rich and high usability applications. Have a look at the new TD 6.2 ribbon bar. So here's an application that uses the new TD 6.2 ribbon bar. As you can see here on the top, this ribbon bar has large buttons on it. Those are several types of buttons here that you can see. Those are standard push buttons. These are check buttons. So if you check one, then it remains checked. If you uncheck it, it's unchecked. And then it's also a drop-down button, which then opens a menu where you can choose from several options. Other things include small items. So as before, just you can have 3 small buttons in one column basically. Then you can align small buttons horizontally as well using a tray. And you see basically you have 3 horizontal buttons, 3 in a row and in a column. You can have as many horizontal buttons as you like, and those again can be buttons or checkboxes. Then you have data fields where you just can enter data. You have combo boxes where you can choose from a value. You have drop downs from small buttons with small menu items. You have checkboxes, and you have radio buttons. Those are pretty much the rich controls that are available for TD 6.2 ribbons. First, let's have a look at how these large ribbon items work in the outline. So in a form window, you have that new outline item, a ribbon. In that ribbon, you have several tabs. So it's basically, you could think of it as like a tab control. And each tab then has below it groups. And each group can have the actual ribbon items themselves, like buttons. If you look at the others, the check button, or the third one was a drop-down menu here, and that drop-down did contain buttons then again. And you see, for example, in separator here. So this is the first ribbon tab here consists of large buttons. And if you double click on one of these buttons, then you get to see the ribbon actions. And here's basically the code that gets executed when somebody clicks on that button. Let's see how that looks for checkboxes. And that's basically the same. They have ribbon actions. And each of these items at the end has ribbon actions where you execute Team Developer code then. So at the top level, a tab. Then you have the groups. Below the group level, you have the items, or you have drop downs for these larger things. Now let's look at the small ribbon items. Let's go to the tab small items, and here you see I can click on those are ribbon buttons, those ribbon buttons, check buttons. You see that one remains checked. And those are in a tray, and you have data fields where you can enter something. You have a combo box, a drop down from small buttons, and then checkboxes and radio buttons. So let's see how those are being defined in the outline. Tab 1 were the small items, large items. Tab 2 are the small items. The small buttons are the first ones. So in the group small buttons, you have button with ribbon actions, call, click, and it tells the list box what button has been clicked. And if you look at the attribute inspector, you will see the image file name and the display size is small. It can be small or large, and that defines the size of the button. For this one, the first group is really easy because you have like 3 small buttons that all get aligned automatically in one column. The second group are tray buttons. So you have like 3 trays here, and each of these trays has a number of buttons in it. You see, tray 1 has R button tray 1, R button tray 2, tray 2. So from this here you can tell that's like a column of 3 trays, and each of these trays has 3 buttons in them. And if you look again at the definition of the button, then it says display size small and where the image location is. And of course, what code gets executed here when you double click on this. See, we're just doing a SAR list add and put into the list box what has been clicked. So basically that is a sample application that you can also use later to see and easily understand how ribbons work. So those are the tray buttons, tray check buttons. Again, a tray, and then in that tray we have like 4 check buttons which are aligned horizontally, and those have ribbon actions again, and all those have properties. You can see those are display size small, and there's an image assigned to it, to each of those guys here. So this is how you do trays. You have the group. In the group you define a tray, and in that tray you have the actual buttons that should get aligned horizontally here. And other things that items that can be in a tray include the tray buttons, the check button, combo box, data field, drop-down menus, and radio buttons. Now let's have a look at that sample again. In the small items, we have that group here which has vertical aligned small buttons. Those are vertical and horizontal aligned small buttons. These are tray checkboxes. They remember the state. They are true or false. And you can query the state of these guys here. Tray radio buttons. In that group, only one can be active here. And then you have the combo box, the data fields. I'll see when you select a value, then we have put in some code that updates the data fields here. So you have full access to all the controls here in the ribbon bar. And the small ribbon drop down with small menu images, plus the checkboxes and the radio buttons. Let's have a look at the code of the combo box and see how the data field values in the ribbon bar have been set. So here's how the code for the combo box looks like. Let's see where the correct ribbon group is. Ribbon group 4, combo and data field. So you can see here is the definition for the data field. The data field itself has no ribbon action, the other one neither. But the combo box is interesting here. You see it has a list initialization of small, medium, and large. And there are ribbon actions. And here you see how you retrieve what item has been selected in the combo box using the new function SAL ribbon get item text. Returns the the contents of the combo box that have been selected, which is S, which then will be put into the variable S text. And then if there's a number of if statements, if S text is equals small, and then we call SAL ribbon set item text and pass in the name of the item and set the data fields to 80 and 24, as you can see. So it's actually pretty easy. SAL ribbon set item text can be used to set the data field values, and SAL ribbon get item text can be used to retrieve the value that has been chosen in a combo box. Now let's look at how you can add contents into a combo box. Here you can see there's an empty combo box, and here's a data field with a text in it and a button for adding to the combo box. So basically I can add this to the combo box. There should be item A now, And if I put into the data field item B and add that to the combo, then both values should be there, item A and item B. And I can also clear the combo box. So everything you need to manage combo boxes and data fields in a ribbon bar. Now let's look at the code here. We have a group that contains the data field. Data field just is where you add item A or item B. You have the button to add something to the combo box, and here's the interesting function. Basically, first we retrieve the text from the data field that has been entered, SAL-ribbon get item text, from this field here, and put it into this variable as text. And then using SAL-ribbon add list value, passing the name of the combo box, we add this text to the combo box. So get the item from the data field and add it to the combo box. And then clear combo does this SAL-ribbon clear list, which is a new function as well, which basically empties the contents of a combo box. All ribbon items can be disabled and enabled programmatically. So what we have here is some basic buttons and a number of controls here in that group. And by pressing this button, all these items here will be disabled. And there's another button to re-enable the objects in this group here. Let's see how that works. So disable, enable. You have two groups. Here's the disable button, the enable button. And it basically calls a function, internal function enable, and that one is here, and let's see what that does. So there's one call basically that does it, SAL-ribbon set item enabled, which takes the parent form, the name of the ribbon item, and a Boolean variable to enable or disable the control itself. To summarize the capabilities of the new ribbon bar, I'm going to show you how you can set the text of objects and set the caption of objects. So we have seen something similar. I have a data field here where I can enter something, content, and if I press the set text button, then here the content will be put here into this combo box and data field. We have seen that in the sample before, but now you can also set a new caption by using this one here, and you see all the captions of the titles of these objects have been set to cool ribbon. Let's have a quick look at how that works. The tab here, set text captions. There's a data field where you can enter the text and the caption. Set text. SAL-ribbon get item text, get the text from the data field, and then use SAL-ribbon set item text to set the value of the combo box and of the data field. And then we also have the other button here where we have this new function, SAL-ribbon set item caption, which allows you to set the caption of an item at application runtime. You pass in the parent window handle, the name of the control on the ribbon, and the text that the caption should be really. So this is how the new ribbon looks like, and I would say that's an exciting new control that increases usability of your applications quite a bit. Thank you for watching the TD6.2 ribbon bar video. Pretty exciting, right? Very soon you will be able to leverage the ribbon bar in your own applications. Thanks again for watching this video.